Hello, I'm Eddie Schamberg, and I will be talking about types of volcanoes and why they erupt. Starting off, there are three main kinds of volcanoes: cinder cone, composite or stratus volcanoes, and shield volcanoes. Within the types, there's two ways how these volcanoes erupt. Monogenetic volcanoes erupt once, and polygenetic volcanoes erupt twice. Starting off, we have cinder cone volcanoes. Cinder cone volcanoes are what you typically imagine when you think of a volcano, and they are the most common. They are cylindrical hills with a mound at the top, at which they erupt out of. They form around other volcanoes like shield volcanoes in volcanic fields. Cinder cone volcanoes are typically monogenetic and are not known to erupt more than one time, and tend to be mild to moderate explosions. After their first explosion, their vents tend to become blocked by solidified magma. An example is the Sunset crater volcano in Arizona. Next, we have composite volcanoes. Composite volcanoes are much bigger than cinder cone volcanoes and almost look like mountain ranges. These volcanoes have a crater, which is the main vent area, as well as many small vents throughout the volcano. Composite volcanoes are polygenetic that erupt over a long period of time. They erupt in many different ways, from explosive and destructive to just oozing of lava. This is due to how many vents they have, because the gases will build up in some, which causes large explosions, and in others, they'll be able to ooze out of the volcano. Composite volcanoes are found in the Ring of Fire, which is on plate subduction zones. Uh, these volcanoes can be quite dangerous due to being able to produce large explosions and having multiple eruptions. An example of a composite volcano is Mount Rainier in Washington. Lastly, shield volcanoes. Shield volcanoes are the largest volcanoes that form on Earth. They aren't like composite volcanoes in the way that they look like mountains, but rather they look like enormous mountains. Most shield volcanoes are polyatomic, erupt non-explosively, but often with small magma flows leaking out of them. With high rates of eruption, the magma travels fast and covers a high amount of area. Explosive eruptions have been seen from shield volcanoes before, but they are extremely rare. Shield volcanoes occur at oceanic hotspots. They create VOG, which consists of sulfur dioxide, which can be very hazardous. An example of a shield volcano is Mauna Loa in Hawaii. And then these are my sources.